Let's get into Anna Kendrick and her secret boyfriend. So it was just revealed that Anna Kendrick has a new relationship, and his name is Alex Eldman, and it looks like she's trying to keep this as private as possible. Now, I'm actually a big fan of Anna Kendrick. I think that she's funny, she's talented, she's sweet, and she dealt with Blake Lively, which is quite a survival skill, I must say. But I'm not familiar with Alex Eldman, but it looks like he is a comic who does a bunch of stand-up acts. I mean, nowadays there are so many comics, I don't know how to keep up. I just went to a comedy show at the Improv Hollywood last night, and there's just so many people. So the competition is tough. So Anna isn't doing any public appearances with Alex anytime soon, but she supposedly met his mother, which is a big step for her, and they're getting serious about each other. They've supposedly been dating for several months now, but they're trying to keep their relationship very private. A source claims that these two actually celebrated Alex's birthday back together in March, so it looks like they've been together since about then, and I want you guys to keep March in your mind. The source says that their relationship does not seem casual, and it looks like they're trying to stay away from the spotlight by going to low-key restaurants that are not your typical celeb hangouts to avoid the paparazzi. But if I saw Anna Kendrick anywhere, she's someone who I would totally recognize right away. Now, this is the Let's Get Into a podcast, but I do have a blind item for you guys that came out a few months ago about these two, so we've known that they've been dating. So according to sources, these two have been dating since March, like I said. But I found it interesting that Jessica Alba was linked with Alex actually back in March, on March 2nd. They were exiting the 2025 Vanity Fair Oscar party together. And they weren't just leaving together. She actually had his jacket on, and supposedly he said that she was cold and she needed it, but it looks pretty romantic. Jessica just filed for divorce from her husband of 16 years, Cash Warren, and Alex is known for his one-man show Just for Us, and he was even honored with a special Tony Award. So he's, making his way in like comedy and Broadway. I don't watch as much Broadway as I should. Jessica Alba is just like so beautiful. Like even when the wind is pushing against her, like anyone else who's in this situation, like trying to give this jacket over, the wind's blowing, would look terrible. And look at her. She's looking great. But it makes me think of that blind item. I mean, if Alex were to leave Anna Kendrick, I don't think she wants another breakup. Before Anna was with Alex, she was dating Edgar White from 2009 until 2013. Supposedly they broke up due to a combination of factors, including distance, because she lived in LA, he was in London, and the challenges of dealing with the paparazzi and media attention. So that's probably another reason why she wants to keep everything private. Then we all know about her relationship with Ben Richardson. We don't have too many details about him, but she has spoken to at length about how he was abusive, emotionally and mentally, and she actually had to go to therapy for this. So I'm glad that he's out of the picture. We did a deep dive on my main channel on all the reasons why she claims that he was abusive. So if you have not seen that, definitely go and check it out. And then she was linked to Bill Hader. It looks like they were dating for about 2 years, but broke up in 2022. Anna and Bill actually started dating after they starred in the 2019 Disney film Noelle together, and they've been dating for a while. They kept their relationship private for about a year. A source told Des Moines that Anna and Bill broke up because he wanted to focus on his work and his kids. Bill had previously expressed his desire to keep his relationship private to protect his kids. He just wants to be their dad. So I think his relationship with Anna Kendrick was a little bit too public for his liking. But either way, it seems like Alex is a decent guy. I tried to look him up online. It turns out that his brother AJ is some Olympian, and it looks like they may have had a little bit of a feud, but I couldn't find too much there. So it looks like he's, off my radar for now. Good pick, Anna. Hopefully he sticks with you. When they say like keep your eye out for Selena, you gotta keep your eye out for Jessica Alba. Let's get into Lizzo. Recently, I've been seeing more and more of Lizzo, even though I thought she was canceled for forcing her dancer to eat a banana out of a woman's genitalia. But no, Lizzo is back, and she's opening up about that bombshell lawsuit that was filed against her that drove her into a depression. So she's doing an interview with Women's Health because Lizzo has lost a lot of weight, and at one point she said, "Do you ever get tired of living?" before revealing that her pain ran so deep that she found herself thinking, "I could die." She claims the hate got so bad and so loud that she started to wonder, if everyone thinks I'm this awful person, then what's the point of being here at all? Now, she said what helped her snap out of this depression was actually Beyonce's Renaissance tour. I did not know that was a cure for depression. She claims that she went out into the crowd and she thought that maybe she'd be booed away, but she wasn't, and it gave her her spark back. Remember, Lizzo was sued by 3 different dancers and also her ex-stylist, who claimed that she was worked into the ground with brutal 20-hour shifts. To give you guys a reminder of who these women are suing Lizzo, here's a news clip.
She actually balled up her fist like this to me. She started cracking her knuckles, and she was like, "You're so effing lucky that basically I'm not gonna hit you."
Now, back in December, Lizzo got some good news. The judge must have liked her because they dropped her from the lawsuit, but her touring company is still in hot water facing serious allegations. So they're gonna have to explain why were they being worked so hard? Why were they being taken to these really inappropriate environments? And I remember Lizzo was accused of fat shaming her own dancers, which doesn't really align with her brand. Let's get into Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Blake Lively is not going to let this lawsuit slide, and it looks like she's actually subpoenaed people like Perez Hilton and Candace Owens, accusing them of working with Justin Baldoni. Now, that could be really bad for these creators if they were caught talking to Justin Baldoni's lawyer or his team. Personally, I've never had anyone reach out to me. A source with direct knowledge says that Perez Hilton, Candace Owens, and Andy Signor have all been subpoenaed to turn over all communications with Justin Baldoni and the Wayfair parties. Now, these subpoenas may be connected to the judge's order earlier this month, allowing Blake to take discovery in order to uncover all of the lengths that Justin Baldoni could have gone to create this campaign that she's so convinced is going on. Now, Perez, Candace, and Andy have all used their platforms to discuss the case. I mean, I don't think it's much different than what I have done on my channels, but maybe they get into it a little bit too much with like direct sources who are reaching out to them. But again, this would be really bad news for these creators if they were caught doing this, because it shows intent to defame, which could get them in trouble. They might have to go and pay up some money to Blake Lively, who really doesn't need it.
Okay, Candace Owens finally got served this morning by Blake Lively and her team, and this is what she has to say about it. Listen up.
What I think they're doing here, because I called them like, this is weird. Obviously, she knows for a fact that we are not going to allow her to have access to every text message and email pertaining to her and Ryan Reynolds and Wayfair Studios, because she watched me live say, now that I'm interested in this story, which my interest began on January 25th, now that I'm interested, I am opening up a tips line, and I am saying to all of the mommy slews and the daddy slews and anybody that's known Ryan or anybody that has an inside scoop to email me so that I have, something to share with the public about them. And sure enough, what happened? Everyone and their mamas and their teachers. We got Ryan Reynolds teachers that messaged me and said, here's a tidbit from who he was when he was in school growing up, blah, 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 and we shared that information. So she's literally subpoenaing, just to be very clear, she wants, I'm going to put it at 10,000 emails that we have received since we opened up this tip line. I went through it. I mean, I was like, this would be insane for you to ask me for this information. She's coming for the mommy sleuth. She's like, I want to know every Barbara and Sandy and Megan and every person that emailed you.
Now, when it comes to Andy Signor, he actually revealed that he had an exclusive statement from Brian Friedman, who is Justin Baldoni's lawyer. So again, that is like a connection right there that probably wouldn't look good in court. Thank you for watching this clip from the Let's Get Into It podcast. To view the full episode, visit the link listed below.